Okay, my friends, I have outstanding, amazing news. John Slaughton down in the Amazon in Peru amongst the Shipibo, which are the indigenous people of this region in the Amazon forest. They have no word for war. They have never been conquered. They understand DNA. They take ayahuasca all the time to see the spirits of the past. John told me nobody, no, the Spanish have never been there. They could never get there. The only people that started speaking Spanish there was just within the last couple of generations. Now, here I want to. This is at the level of their world. Now, John is opening Mud Fossil University there. All right, this is the first Mud Fossil University location, a literal location. He's got 12 students starting tomorrow, and they dedicated this place. They had an ayahuasca ceremony with the ambassador from this nation. This is a nation. They own their own country. This is serious. They own their own country. There's not a whole lot of them, but they own it, and they are very, very supportive of this. Absolutely fabulous, because these people understand. Now I'm going to let this play, and you watch. This is the way they live, and this is the way they understand. And this ayahuasca, John talked. I've looked at the ceremonies. I've watched the ceremonies actually happen. I've never been at one. I've seen them online, like you could watch them right now. But I know people that have taken ayahuasca, and I've talked to a buddy of mine who is a shaman in Maine. In USA, in Maine. How much different can you get from Peru, right? But Pete, hey Pete, how you doing, buddy? He wrote a song. It was about the dragon. He became a dragon when he took ayahuasca, and that is what happened to these people. They turn into spirits, and they see things, and they feel things. And watch this. Now I'm going to let this play. They Listen to this. This is spiritual stuff. This is not funny at all. I mean, there's like 3 phases of the ayahuasca trip. And now he's probably into the release phase, where you see the visions, and now he's unfolding. It's very serious in their culture. Snakes can release it nicely. Go into the white light. This is medicine to them. This is spiritual healing. You see these patterns? John tells me that these are literally like DNA to these people. They understand. They can read this. They read that. Snake. This is what they see, visions like this. They chant. And John says the energies flow through you and literally break the bad things in you. Stars. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm telling you something. That man is in harmony with God. Now, okay, my friends, I told you this day would come. I told you this day would come. There it is again. Well, it is here. First Mud Fossil University location began classes today in the heart of the Amazon in Peru. Today is 02/01/2020, a day that will live in infamy for honesty. And it'll be a good infamy this time, an infamy against tyranny. Now, my good friend John Slutton has started a retreat. Well, he's been there for quite some time, but he just did a new construction over here and set up a new school, museum, hostel, the whole 9 yards. He's got people come in for tours and all that business. Now, he's just getting started, so but he's just set the school up and started today. He did a lot of work. He did a lot of work in here. Now, it's dedicated to truth and finding the truth by exploration, not by ignoration. All right? These are indigenous people. They are indigenous people. You're going to see them. Well, I think I showed an ayahuasca guy earlier. And they are these kind of people. They're highly spiritual, and they're also very social and tribal, and they have no word for war. They have no hostilities. He says it never happened. Nobody steals anything. Nobody lies. They tell the three things he says that the only three things that they live by is tell the truth, do not steal, and don't be lazy. And from what I see, they follow those rules. Now, they're indigenous people, deep tribal customs, powerful medicine. And ayahuasca is powerful medicine to these people. Now, the Shipibo are their own nation, and John Shipingo House, apparently it's quite the deal in town. But it's something new for these people. They're not accustomed to this stuff. So, and the ambassador to the nation down there, and he covers a lot of territory in that area, and they have their own sovereign nation. Nobody come in and tell them what to do. And he's deeply spiritual, as they all are down there, and the leader is strongly supportive of John. He was over, he's a member in the club with him now. They came over, they met, they even had an ayahuasca ceremony together at the club, at the museum, you know. And that's their rules. Work hard, do not steal, do not lie. We lost all that in our customs, in our culture. It blends the old with the new, and they will discover together. His students will become the teachers. His teachers will become the new institution that is going to take over mainstream education from the Amazon, from the heart of reality. All right, it's time we get back to reality. The world will remember today. I'm going to tell you right now, this will be remembered because this is just the first. Right? And this will be remembered as the first day of a new honesty. And the educators, and for certain the students, will soon be calling Mud Fossil University in Peru, talking to John, trying to find out what reality is. Because he's going to have a deep understanding of the blending of reality. I'm looking for the stuff that he can present to me. I want to present things to them. Absolutely, 100%. But what I really want is the stuff that he knows. And I've gotten a lot of that already. So, and you will too. Now, he's also, he takes people, it's a hostel, you know, he's got rooms to rent and so forth. And I guess it's extremely reasonable. There's an airport nearby, and I think he's looking for an assistant right now. Now, this is the upstairs where, you know, they have a projector and all that stuff. They give a class, you know, he's getting set up. He's just getting started. Now, this is downstairs. I think they really, I don't know that much about it, but I'm just showing you what the pictures he sent me. But he said in a few weeks, it'll be just completely slaughtered with green down there. That's the upstairs again. They show the projector and stuff. That's the deck. He was telling, isn't that idyllic looking? Look at that. And that's upstairs, just where you hang out, I guess. Take it easy. Put my name on the wall. I did not ask, but I like it. No. Here's the deal. You know, I didn't ask him, but I'm glad he did that. And the reason is because I don't want to have Mud Fossil University people just saying, "Oh, I'm Mud Fossil University." I'm going to endorse him. Yes or no? They have to. You know, I'm not saying you're going to have to just do this or do that. No, but I don't want them saying, you know, you have to read the ancient textbooks, which are last year's textbooks. Those are ancient now. That is ancient history myth. That's myth. And we could study myth. I have no problem with that. As long as you don't present it as science. The shoe is on the other shapingo, my friend. Okay, my friends, this is the dragon up here attacking the fish down here. You have Google Earth. Go up here. There's the fish. Right, there's his tail. There's his fin. And there's his scales. Right. Now, it's being attacked up here by a dragon. It spit all this stuff down and invaded his fish with power, and it deteriorated his vital flesh. Okay, you see it? And here was where that noxious chemistry invaded, right below his mouth, right there. You see, this is just almost identical to the most noxious snake venoms. All right, now, that came out of his mouth. And that's the dragon's head. That's the fluty looking stuff they have on the dragons. You see all in China. You know, they revere them over there. Now, this right here, that is the runoff of a dead, decaying body. This is the dead, decaying body. Any coroner understands that. They see this when, you know, the body's been left there for a period of time. This has not been there that long, I don't think. Although there's not a lot of, you know, precipitation or anything out there, so maybe it's been there, I don't know how long. But this, I wouldn't say it's been there forever. I mean, it's on the top of the surface of the ground. It's not like underneath anything. Now, and again, this is the throat, and it runs a very long distance. You see it all the way down, zzz, all the way down into the stomach, and then you start getting into the stomach acids and all that. And I looked at the whole thing. I did an autopsy because it comes over and there's a cloaca all the way down here. There's the body, there's the legs, there's the cloaca, and the tail continues down. All this red stuff, if you look at it closely, you'll see it looks like some kind of chicken skin or something, but it is the wings, the red wings, and this is the dragon tail, and that's also the runoff. You see these colors? Those are transition metals. Now, there must be a little bit of different chemistry in the tail versus up in the head. And chemistry changes all over the body, trust me. Way changes in certain places. And certain chemistry collects in certain areas, sulfurs and, all kind of different chemistry. I've looked at a lot of chemistry. And this all happened apparently as the ocean drained. You see it drained right out of here. Drained right out of there. You see it? And I believe those are the Cape Verde Islands, and I believe those were created as a result of this collapse of Atlantis. And they say, oh no, that was outside the Straits of Hercules. No, it was outside the Straits. This Straits. Nobody ever said Hercules. That's always been assumed. Plato said, never will they speak of mud again. So much mud ran. That thing is like, I don't know how many miles across, but it's exactly what Plato said. I can't remember what it was. Now, if you come in here to the rings, everything is exactly what he said. Now, if you come to the outside rings, you see these things here? These are channels coming in to boat docks. Right there. Now, if you go in carefully, which I have done numerous times, you can actually see some of what appears to be possibly boats in the docks. These are the buildings they offloaded here. Then over here, the buildings, they prepped the stuff and shipped them out to the next rings. These are all shipping lanes. And if you come in carefully on the, I guess they would call it the lee side, I'm not sure, I can't remember now. But these are all places where they offloaded things. And there's like docks down here. I think the docks are still there. And there might be boats in there. I don't know. I have no clue at this point. But you got to get way down towards the curve here. I think it's right down in this area. I can't, they're all over the place. You got to do some searching. And now I'm taking up too much of your time. Maybe it's down here. Yeah, I think it's down in this area. Yeah, here we go. You see it? I don't know what's going on there, but I can tell you what. This was all at one time. They were offloading, carrying it over to this side, shipping it out of there to the next ones. Look, see it? It's not just accidental. This was so slow. There must have been millions of people in here. Absolutely. I mean, just everywhere you look are these channels. I mean, they're everywhere. It's not an accident. To have missed this. And then I had a friend, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it, who cares? He met with somebody from Mauritania. I believe it was an ambassador from Mauritania up in Brussels. They were talking about an irrigation project or something. And he did mention the Eye of the Sahara might be Atlantis, and I think they looked at him like he was insane. And discussion never happened. So anyway, this is just fascinating. If you come over here and look, and you know what you're looking for, and I believe this was like a protectorate out here, another island out here that was a protectorate. See, they came in from here because you can see the same thing. You see it? This is not accidental. Look, these might have all of the different boats in there. I don't know. But I can tell you what, all of that stuff is not accidental. Those are shipping lanes and little docks and boat places and things. Anyway, this is, it's up to you to come up here and look if you want to look. But my issue with academia is that not a single one of them, zero, will even speak to me about this. It's not something you can hardly deny. And they do. And what I get, and I'm not kidding you, from PhDs, it's impossible because they couldn't breathe, they'd be too tall, so it's not true. I said, well, it's there. It doesn't matter. It's not true because he couldn't breathe. I said, but he's there. He said, it can't be possible because a fish couldn't swim in there. So it's not possible. I said, well, if it's there, it's there. How are you going to deal with that? Well, I don't have to deal with it because it's not there. And that's your PhDs. So let's find out. And John, be ready, buddy, because we are looking for reality. And you will have the keys, my brother. You will have the keys to reality, and media will be coming to your doorstep, I am certain, because there's nowhere in the known universe that I know of now will these two disciplines mesh like this. You know, I don't discount anything that my eyes can see. I can see the earth is round. I discount the earth is flat. I can see this dinosaur, I mean not dinosaur, whatever you want to call it. I call it a dragon, I call it a fish. I can see that. I can't discount that. Now, if you can discount that just because you're a PhD and say, I read a book that says it's not possible, then you have a very defective mind. Anyway, John, be ready, brother. I got a feeling they will be looking for you. All right? Thank you all. God bless you. And I hope you all find whatever you're looking for. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to push anybody into anything. I don't want to assault anybody. I don't want anybody assaulting me. Primarily. All right. God bless you all.